Hi, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank President Pere and the Israeli Presidential Conference Steering Committee for inviting me to speak today. It is quite an honor to be here. Is my slideshow up at all?
You have to just...
I have to hit that?
Yeah.
Okay. No, it needs to be up. There we go.
But you have to take out the picture of her. Otherwise, people cannot see the presentation. Who is there for that?
Is it working? Oh, great.
Okay.
Perfect. This evening, I would like to focus on the importance of utilizing the arts to send important messages to all people of all ages. It's true that a picture is worth 1,000 words, but when pictures and words are used together, they can inspire millions. In today's world, people have become a lazy group. They're not naturally lazy. It's more like an acquired trait. You no longer pick up the phone. You instant message. You don't write letters. You send out emails. You don't even have to type the emails at a computer anymore. You just take out your iPhones and text. I'm sure some of you are checking your BlackBerries as we speak. So how has this technologically induced laziness impacted the arts today? In today's moving and grooving, ripping and zipping society, people have no patience for anything that's not the newest, the best, the shiniest, the quickest, anything that doesn't speak to them. People don't see the world in black and white anymore. In virtually every entertainment field, everything is bigger, flashier, more colorful, brighter, glitzier, and as eye-poppingly catchy as possible. The old joke used to be, what's black and white and red all over? Of course, the answer used to be a newspaper. However, today, unless a newspaper is in bold, almost kaleidoscopic colors, the younger people pay no attention whatsoever. That's why the classic movies, TV shows, books, and cartoons are being ignored or remade. And by remade, I mean glitzified, revamped, or blinged up, to adapt a word from today's kids' vernacular. Yes, remade, but not improved. The purpose of the arts is not only to be something that is pleasantly stimulating to our senses, but something that can also deliver a message that will appeal to the intellect as well. It seems to me that we've gotten a little bit away from the intellectually stimulating aspect of the arts. Let me show you an example of how I believe we are dumbifying society. Here are covers of Superman comics from 1938, 1966, and most recently from 2007. In 1938, with the first Superman action comic, there was no dialogue and no written material on the cover. By 1966, the comic had evolved, and the reader was actually expected to be a reader. There were actual words written on the cover. However, by 2007, there is virtually no writing on the cover, nothing to read. Most of the comics today have hardly any writing, not only on the cover, but virtually nothing within the body of the comic itself. There has clearly been a regression. Our goal must be to re-stimulate the audience's intellectual nerves, to reach and even surpass the higher standards of eras past. How do we entice and then capture the attention of today's younger generations? The visual arts are the strongest of all the media. The premise of my projects, for example, is to draw people into a spider web of sorts, to entangle them with visually pleasing images and thought-provoking dialogue and narrative, and thusly convey a strong message. The goal is to present something that doesn't appear intimidating and will not scare off the target audience. Once you've got them, you don't want to let them go. My project, the Unmasked Comics Project, co-founded with my amazing partner who is here with me today, social activist Imbal Frojnovic, is an example that utilizes this philosophy. The comics produced depict extraordinary stories of social change through the fun, engaging comics medium in a way that inspires others to get involved with social action. In a world filled with much negativity, we feature positive, captivating stories that carry the message of hope and tikkun olam, or repairing the world. Technology at its finest. Our first comic, Unmasked, the Ariella Dodon story, tells the poignant true story of a woman denied a get or a Jewish divorce document. The first page can be seen here, as we have taken an issue that is prevalent within the Jewish community, and we're able to raise awareness even in the secular world. The positive feedback had been overwhelming. With minimal promotion of this comic, the project was heavily blogged and discussed, online and in print, reaching a diverse community of interested people. Our second project, Unmasked the Green Prince, launched especially in time for the panel today, and I think some of you may have gotten copies of it. It tackles a more universal topic, the environment. The comic was inspired by the true story of the innovative electric car system that is on the brink of being launched by the company Better Place, which was mentioned quite a few times in the opening ceremony last night. In this comic, our hero is the Green Prince, who gives up his crown in pursuit of creating electric cars to help rid the world of its dependence on oil. The comic is narrated by 2 electric cars in a future where the electric car grid system is fully installed, and the story's message is delivered through a fairy tale telling of the Green Prince's noble quest. This method is another example of using creativity in a non-intimidating manner to educate and to stimulate thought. For most of today's younger people, the history of the arts begins with their birth. Anything before doesn't exist. Little do they know, it's that history that is the foundation of the world they live in and see today. There is a wealth of humor and material just as relevant today as they were when they were first created. This is not a novel idea. Even in the 60s, the cartoon show, The Flintstones, drew its comedic inspirations from the more adult live-action sitcom, The Honeymooners. The Flintstones were Stone Age honeymooners that integrated an adult sense of humor into its animated cartoon characters in a way that children could understand, but not in such a way that was condescending. It's simplifying a complex relationship. Humor that is no less complex or humorous, but is more appealing to the younger generation. My company, Hey Yiddle Diddle Productions, is doing to Jewish humor what the Flintstones did to the humor of the Honeymooners, revitalizing it in a way that speaks to today's kids. Founded in 2008, Hey Yiddle Diddle Productions revitalizes Jewish humor through cartoons, products, and modern media. Products created through this company range from a Jewish humor calendar featuring jokes from the Borscht Belt era, a sample page of which is shown on the screen right now, as well as comic art such as e-cards, activity pages, holiday cards, and comics that appeal to all generations. Here's another example of how I took an old Yiddish term, Farstinken, and created a humorous clothing design for younger generations. So clearly, art can be used as a unifying force between people of all ages. Additionally, I'm working on other project collaborations to promote significant causes, such as the prevention of bullying and the importance of happiness. In today's tough times, it should be noted that humorous art created purely for the sake of putting a smile on people's faces is in itself an important message. So how do we spread our work and our ideas? There was a time when spreading your work was an arduous task. Now, with the click of the button on the internet, your ideas can be spread all over the world. The internet is not replacing all other public outlets, at least not yet, but obviously it is a vital tool. Additionally, networking is extremely important. Over the last 2 years, I've had the privilege of participating in numerous fellowships and networking programs in both the United States and in Israel that have helped my innovative ideas take flight. Thanks to the generosity of the Emerging Jewish Artist Fellowship at NYU's Bronfman Center, my Jewish humor calendar, a yearly spritz of Jewish bits, became a reality. The Present Tense Institute is a 6-week fellowship program for young social entrepreneurs located right here in Jerusalem each summer, which helped me jumpstart my career. The Cold Door Network and philanthropist Lynn Schusterman's ROI Summit are both gatherings and networks that allow innovators from various fields and backgrounds from all over the world to get together and to potentially collaborate. There, I have seen much innovation, especially in the arts. For example, there are those who are taking the Bible and are making rap songs or weekly animated cartoons out of it to get kids interested in learning. I myself have created a weekly comic strip called Of Biblical Proportions, which takes lines and stories from the Bible and adds modern humorous twists in the form of comic strips. Networking takes place not only in Israel, and not only with regard to Jewish art, but regarding all art. For example, the National Cartoonist Society, of which I am a member, is an organization of the top cartoonists in the United States. The National Cartoonist Society exemplifies the importance and success of networking through its meetings, events, and conferences, where there's a sharing of ideas and the birth of opportunities. Yes, we have all this new modern media. It can be used in one of two ways. It can either overstimulate and create a society of hyperactive kids, or we can use it to teach and to inspire them to believe at an unbelievable rate. With access to so much more information than has ever been available, we have a responsibility to use those tools creatively, to do great things and not just squander the opportunity. I am confident that once we have lured the younger generations into our web of thoughtful art, we will see the evolution of art and humor accelerate at a pace befitting our global age. Thank you.